All right, guys, I just want to clear something real quick, okay? What you see here, nice little punching bag, all right? And a kicking bag. So just like anything else, you go to a boxing gym, you see everybody throwing their one, two, boom, throwing, uppercut, man, move, 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 knees, elbows, and it serves its purpose, okay? So this thing is not going to hit you back. It's actually not going to teach you anything. It's not going to show you anything. It's not going to respond to you in any particular way. It's a bag. It's leather filled with a bunch of stuff in it, okay? But we all know in history that the boxing bag is great in order for us to get our full maximum punches in, our full maximum knees, so we can unload, so to speak. But the bag itself, this bag is never going to talk to me. And the only way it's going to talk to me is in response to my bones. So, for example, if I have poor wrists, bad knuckles, and I really try to hit this hard, boom, it's going to talk to me through pain. And so this bag is going to serve that purpose. Now, I want to talk to kind of like the ignorant people out there who try to equate, or I should say, don't equate with the same logic. And that's the important part of this. With the same logic, this thing is tubular. It's not shaped in any way like a body. I mean, there's no fat here. There's no waist. There's no hips. There's no V. So I can hit a nice good 45 degrees. So this thing is a tube, and it has served its purpose very well in the industry. Now, I want to take you over here to what everybody makes fun of, and this is the wooden dummy, all right, or the wooden man. So this serves the same type of purpose. I would say even a little bit better purpose than the bag. So I don't negate that the bag is great for working out. I'm sure everybody would assume the same thing because hundreds and hundreds of thousands of people do it all the time. But the wooden dummy, this is where ignorance comes in. People look at this and go, hey, look at these dummies just hitting this stuff. So first and foremost, there's an actual form for this. I'm not going to belabor what the form is and how we use the form, but I do want to show you and make this analogous with the bag as training what this would be. So we have for in the first part of it, the second set, 1, 2, 3, 4. So we have what's called Pak Sao, all right? So Pak Sao, if this was a real arm, whoa, I'm pocking and I get it out of the way. So just like in boxing, this would be a parry. So I'm parrying this. Okay, so this is showing me, okay, I have to get through these obstacles. This will represent an uppercut and possibly even a teep kick. Okay, and the whole thing is I'm trying to get past that. In addition, this is solid wood. Okay, so in addition to the little things like the Pak Saos, to maybe a whoa Gung Sao getting out of there, or maybe a Quan Sao whoa getting out of there, or maybe a Pak Lan Sao getting out of there, or maybe a Pak Man Sao, and then boom Choi Choi. There is a reason and a purpose for this, and we try to implement the wooden dummy into our fighting. Okay, so just like with everybody else in history who has used the boxing bag, they know that the bag itself is not teaching them anything. In this case, it's even better because you are learning something. So for example, there's a leg here. So if I'm trying to get here, like I was in the boxing bag, and I'm just punching away, and I want to get to that side, well, I got a lot of obstacles in my way that I need to get out of. Okay, the bag doesn't have that. The bag is the bag. Like I mentioned before, although it's tubular, there are obstacles in the way. So I would need to whoa move. I would need to whoa move, and we close the gap, and I can trip. I can come here. I can kick the leg. I can kick the leg. I can move around it. I can close the gap. This is the same type of training, or even better, and it would be similar to what you would use if you were doing Muay Thai, if you were doing kickboxing, or if you were just doing boxing. So I want to clear the ignorance in what is useful and what is not useful. If you haven't used this or you know nothing about it, then you're ignorant. That means you just don't know. That means you're speaking out of something that you just don't know. And just the same way, like I said, millions upon millions of people through history have used the boxing bag. Now, it takes time for you to hit the bag correctly and understand it but you don't need to be a rocket scientist to understand that you hit it. With this one, I believe there's a little bit more development, and I say development literally because you will develop everything you need conditioning for combat in addition to moving around it. So for those of you who like to look at this or look at this art and just spew out stuff that you have no idea about, I would really educate yourself. And then this way, when you speak, you don't sound foolish or ignorant about it. And right now, as we're currently talking, as I'm speaking to you, you are now not ignorant. You just learned something. All right?